All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone today? Magandang gabi. It's 10:01 in the evening Manila time. It's 10 in the morning, Sunday, beautiful Sunday there in the United States. All right. And it's actually 5 p.m. there in United Arab Emirates. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. I'm looking at the chat room right now. May nagsasabi meron daw open na isa pang live, no? So I'm not sure kung anong live 'yon. Can you tell them to just all go here? Medyo weird na, no? Hindi ko alam ba't nagkakaroon ng ibang live, no? So just tell them to all transfer here, and then let's all have fun. Medyo mag-overtime si coach today. Um Mag-overtime si coach today because pambawi ko sa inyo sa ating hindi pag-live kanina because kanina I drove to a lunch, no? Medyo kailangan natin mag-lunch, meet some of my circles, no? Anyways, pasensya na sa mga naligaw. Hindi ko alam ba't kayo naliligaw, no? And in fact, this is the live stream for the 10 o'clock. So hindi ko alam kung bakit. Pasensya na kayo, but again, good evening wherever you are in the world. And sa mga nasa Australia, magandang midnight there. Thank you for staying with me, Mary. Thank you. And then of course kay Gian, taga-Australia din, no? And then yeah, so pasensya na kayo, Richard and Galamax. But thank you. Just tell them to be here and give them this link, no? And then I have a couple of reminders today. Medyo full pack tayo today. So let me start with our show before we go with our full of our greetings. So guys, this is the last, our just a quick reminder, and this is actually open for people both in Discord and in Facebook groups, no? So this is gonna be my last reminder. Gumawa ako ng thread para sa Facebook groups where you could actually post yung inyong mga screenshot ng inyong Facebook posts wherein paramihan tayo ng likes and shares. And with that said, no, I think we only have 2 or 3 submissions so far. So sayang naman, no, if you win the the limited edition or commemorative coin edition of XRP. Maganda yan. Magandang coins yan, no? And then the other 2 winners will be winning 30 US dollar Tether to be transferred in your Binance wallet. Okay? So ang game lang dyan is, of course, you share what you learned. No, you share what you learned sa inyong social groups, and then whoever has the most number of likes, ang isang like is 1 point, ang isang share is 1 point. Okay? So I think we have 2 or 3 candidates there. So paalala lang, if you wanted to join, it is going to be a chance for you na makabawi sa inyong mga losses by winning free 30 US dollar Tether, or you actually win the coin. All right, another reminder is, guys, nag-send na ako, nagawa na tayo ng gumawa tayo ng ating Fibonacci YouTube video. And I'd just like to comment down, no, ano yung mga nakikita nating mga comments. And I thank you for all of you guys who are really very, very giving me good comments. No? For example, si Sandrex, thank you, Coach Anlino, po mag-explain. Nadalian daw siyang intindihin. Coach, thank you so much. Ang galing mo magturo. I totally get it. You're the maestro of trading. Maraming salamat, Aaron, for the comment. And then, question please, same lang po ba ng way ng pag-plot ng extension kapag uptrend? Magkaiba po sila pag uptrend and downtrend for extensions? Right? And then, yan. So, hinahanap daw niya, di niya kasi alam kung saan maganda mag-point of exit. So, yan. So, guys, thank you so much sa mga nag-comment. And I hope, you learn. This is actually a 25-minute video because ginawa natin ng history. Who is Leonardo de Pisa? Who is Leonardo de Fibonacci? No, who's actually an Italian mathematician, no? Ginawa natin ng research yan. And I hope you guys would learn from that, no? It's a very, very good learning material para doon sa the right way to plot your Fibonacci's or Fibs, no? And then we discussed there how to do the correct way of doing Fibonacci's from down to up, and then up to down, no? So we have two methods of doing okay, mahina ba yung microphone ko? Sige, adjust ko lang sandali. All right, let me do this one more time. Okay. All right, how about this one? I think this one should be good already. All right, this one should be good already. So let me know. I adjusted my audio kasi kahapon hindi nyo ako marinig. hindi niyo marinig yung ating guest, so nag-adjust ako ng volume kahapon. So right now I think this should be good. So pa-type ng 1 kung okay na, please. All right, very good, very good. Okay. Okay, all right. So gawin natin tong video na to. We need to be able to learn from each other and learn how to do the Fibonacci retracement model, no? And then I'm very very happy to announce na I'm going to call our free video as a Miranda University. So ang Miranda University is going to be something na ibabrand ko na parang school, no? Parang school 'yan because we're actually already on the 7th week, no? Tapos na tayo sa 6 weeks of courses. Thank you Miss Eileen Daria. Maraming maraming salamat sa super chat. I'm going to offer this for free, no? I'm going to offer this at sana tiyagain ninyo. Sana tiyagain ninyo. At to be honest with you, nakakita pa din ako ng mga common questions na parang iniisip ko, ano doon na yung sagot sa YouTube video. At natutuwa naman ako sa inyo kasi kayo mismo ang sumasagot sa tanong ng iba. No? You're the ones answering them. And sinasabi ninyo, punta ka sa video ni Coach, learn. No? Learn. Versus do your own research, no? Maganda yung sagot ninyo and I like you guys doing it that way. I-remind nyo lang sila na, just go to the Miranda University playlist. Andun lahat eh. No? So start with week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6. Kompleto yan from the basics, cryptocurrency, blockchain, wallets, DeFi. Diniscuss ko yan sa week 1, no? And then, diniscuss ko sa week 2, market psychology, FUD, FOMO, capitulation, emotion, stereotyping, everything is there. Week number 3, na-range ko na yan. Week number 3, it's gonna be covering risk-averse, risk-tolerant. What are the types of stop losses? How to make sure you use the orders correctly. No, ano yung mga school of thoughts on risk management. Week number 4, tips and tools of the trade. Nag-walk through tayo dyan ng mga hugot ni Coach on how to make sure you're executing it correctly. Week numbers 5 and 6 will be covering technical or being a technician. No? So guys, it's very, very comprehensive. I want you to learn. Please, punta kayo dyan sa playlist. Kung bago kayo sa aking channel, go to my playlist. Isa-isahin ninyo. Natawa nga ako sa comment kanina. Sabi niya, Coach, nakakatipid po ako this month kasi hindi na po ako nag-Netflix. Ako, nilalamay ko na lang po yung video ninyo. And guys, if you want it to be profitable, go to that video. I'm not charging you anything. Diba? So just learn into that. I'm gonna be calling it Miranda University. Just go there and again, encourage your friends to just go there and it's all for free, no? All right. So that's all for you. At sa pasasalamat ko sa lahat ng pagmamahal nyo kay Coach Miranda Minor. All right. Another reminder, of course, guys. Wag nyong kakalimutan to. 'Di ba? Type 1 kung excited din kayo sa makita itong upcoming Crypto Night Live natin. Type 1 if you're really excited, no? At tingnan natin kung ano kayang mangyayari sa turnout of ating audience, no? I wanted to have another all-time high. Dapat bullish ang ating mga audience, ha? Kailangan bullish tayo, ha? So, we're gonna be having a guest, si Galamax, right? And then, pumayag na si Mr. Hollowblock. Okay? Pumayag na si Mr. Hollowblock. So, we will now listen to him and ano yung mga story niya. Nagpauna na siya sa akin kasi, guys, just to give you an idea, medyo rural yung area ni Mr. Hollowblock, no? So medyo pag hindi kinaya ng kanyang internet, ako ay magre-recorded version ng interview. Okay? So pero he will be available online para sagutin yung mga tanong. All right? So dalawa yan, we will have 2 versions and then since malapit na ang ating Father's Day, I'm going to prepare a Father's Day special, no, sa ating Father's Day special sa ating Crypto Night Live, no. And parang hindi nakakaalam, that is the 3rd Saturday I think ng June, no. Sa 3rd Saturday ng June ang ating Father's Day na sineselebrate aside from the Mother's Day, okay? All right, so wag kakalimutan niyo, no. I'm really excited. Thank you Galamax sa iyong time na ibibigay mo sa ating mga nakikinig, no? And then, of course, itong ating reminder, just Fibonacci, guys. Just quick reminder lang, please watch this. para hindi ka naliligaw in terms of plotting. Okay? All right. Okay. All right. Let's now go on with our news. Ang dami kong pinrepare sa inyo for today. Really, really big news. No? So, all right. Let's start with our um, rundown of the coins, just real quick. All right. Let's do this. The top 10 coins. Bitcoin $35,000. Um, for the past 7 days, it's actually up at 6.39. Bumagsak ito ng almost 32. Umakyat ng almost 35. Naglalaro on that level. As of today, it's actually up 1.45%. Ethereum up 22.88%. Wow, wow, wow. Cardano, guys, Cardano. I keep on telling you this. Ang dami nilang updates. So if you're not yet inside Cardano and it's still very cheap, it's gonna be up to you. It actually has grown 40.73% for the past 7 days and 13.94 for the past 24 hours. XRP is also bullish at 22.17, although mababa tong 0.87 na to ha, because this is actually playing around 1.05 for the past couple of days, no? So this is a bargain price. So kung may pambili, it's time to buy on the dip. Ituturo ko sa inyo later paano mag-buy on the dip. Magandang prelude yan, no? This is a very good prelude kung paano ko papatunayan sa inyo sobrang ganda ng Fibonacci. It's a very, very useful tool. I will prove it to you later when we look at the retracements, okay? Dogecoin is still consolidating at 0.30 of a dollar, still within the 1.71 range. Medyo hindi siya volatile, no? I will discuss to you something na find out ko kay Dogecoin. Parang iba ang takbo ni Dogecoin with the other coins. So I will discuss this with you later on. Hindi siya humahabol eh. Look at the volatility of Ethereum, Cardano, and XRP. Siya lang yung hindi nag-volatile na move eh, no? So parang merong nag-o-observe and nagko-control ng volatility niya. We will discuss later on. All right, Polkadot is at 18.51, still bullish on a 7-day trend. Uniswap extremely bullish at 63.81% for the past 7 days. Let's go with the other favorite, Polygon Matic. This is crazy. Crazy. 111.63% at the 7-day average. If you caught the dip, your money would have been double already. Solana 24.96. VET is at 37.4 7 days trend. Tether 18.64. By the way, all of those coins are less than 5% volatility except VeChain, positive 6.31%. TRX or Tron is at 17.01% 7 days, and then 24 hours is at 1.51%. And then let's quickly go on DAI. DAI is still obviously a stable coin. Monero 31.35, 3.37% for the day. AAB also very bullish at 24.12 for the past 7 days, and then 4.42 up for the past 24 hours. Shiba Inu still down, no? This used to be with the number one here, no? Still down, although it's not really that volatile at 1.07%, and so on and so forth. All right, let's move on with other news for today. This one is quite interesting. I have a couple of news that I'd like to share with all of you today. I want to make sure you guys see my screen. Okay, I think you guys can see my screen. Okay, good. All right. Okay. All right. So, some Bitcoin market analysis for the past couple of days. Ray Dalio, Ray Dalio is actually the founder of Bridgewater, which is the biggest hedge fund capital in the whole world. Sabi niya he has some Bitcoin, which actually drove some bullishness in the coin in the short term standpoint. Kathy Wood, investor from Arc Capital, predicts that central banks will adopt Bitcoin in more highlights. If you are from Pasig, you're probably hearing the sound of the fireman here. I'm just in front of a balcony, and that's exactly what we're hearing right now. Parang meron yata ano sa Pasig, no? If you're from Pasig, comment down below. Can you tell me where is it kung alam niyo? All right, ayan. So another news, no? Before we go with okay, hang on a second, no? So I'm looking for that headline. Yeah. All right. So we're looking for other headlines. Um, Kathy Wood from ARK Investment is actually predicting central banks will adopt Bitcoin in one more highlight from consensus. So that's really a good news. Sinabi ko na yun sa inyo, banks are going to adopt with the digital assets. No, they will be passing several legislations and laws to be able to put a Magna Carta for digital assets, like what they did many years ago on Magna Carta for consumer in banking industries. No, all right. This is also another headline. Exchange aggregator Open Ocean enables trading on Solana network. All right, Solana. You guys have heard about Solana, and obviously that's the reason why they are actually also bullish. No, aside from Polygon Matic, so that's also one great news. And then another news is here. Let's go in and go down a little bit for some of our very interesting news here. So you guys have heard about Ray Dalio news already. Let's go quick down here. Sabi dito, no Bitcoin bounce yet on Biden's 6 trillion spending plan. They're gonna be printing $6 trillion more of money, which obviously will drive inflation. So, guys, what's the macroeconomic impact of inflation? Okay, so Bitcoin. Let me just share this with you, and this is very important. And I think my moderators are aware of this already. For people to avoid the inflationary impact of their money, they're hiding it in Bitcoin. Okay. Another way to avoid inflation in the Philippine setting. All right. So imagine. All right. So for example, you have 1,000 pesos today. All right. And because the prices of goods are actually increasing, an average inflation price is 2%. Okay, 2%. No. All right. So in a year, let's say the average inflation price is, let's say, 3%. Okay. So your 1,000 pesos after a year is only worth 98% of its value last year. Okay? Because of inflation. All right? Your money is losing its value because of inflation. All right. So the people are hiding, well, sort of hiding, but they're calling it repurposing. They're repurposing their money on other investment vehicles that would help fight inflation. What are those? One, stock market. All right, because if your money grows at an average, the stock market, as long as you choose the right stocks, the money market could give you an average of 4% growth per year. So it's actually fighting inflation. All right, so tinago mo yung 1,000 pesos mo in the bank, you only earned 0.25% average even if you put it on a time deposit. Talo pa rin yan. There's gonna be inflationary impact. Talo pa rin yung pera mo. Nag-deflate pa din. Lumiit yung value because of inflation. But if you put it on a stock market or you put it on a mutual funds, you put it on a fund that is managed by a fund manager, for example, and the non-guarantee value is 4%, for example. All right, that's the minimum. So you're shielding your money on inflation. Okay, does that make sense? So you're shielding your money on inflation, and that means that every month if your money is growing, or every year if your money is earning 4%, so that your money would have been 100. So let's say it's now 1,400 pesos. Sorry, it's 1,040 pesos. That's sorry, am I making sense? 1,000, yes, 1,040 pesos, right? On the value, if you put it on a investment vehicle with 4%, okay, less deflation, that would have still be, if your inflation is 2%, ang pera mo pa rin is 1,020 pesos value. Does that make sense, guys? Are you guys following? Are you guys following? Okay. All right. So type 1 if you're following, if I'm making sense, no? Type 1 if you're understanding what I'm trying to say. All right. Okay. All right. Let's move on. So that's the power of investment, hiding it against inflation, right? Okay, next, Bitcoin is another way to fight the deflationary impact of goods. No, if the government is going to print $6 trillion of money, what does that mean? Is two things. One, the people will now put their money on other vehicles to avoid inflation. In this case, Bitcoin, because if you notice, guys, okay, uh, let me try to open um, Instagrams here, no? Actually, I prepared something for you, Sana. Let me just try to open one more. Okay, assuming na lang natin that your money, you invested 1,000 pesos in XRP when the value was, let's say, 20 pesos. Okay? Or let's say 10 pesos. All right? So, yung pera mo, iniwan mo siya ng 1 year. All right. And then now the XRP, let's say, is worth 60 pesos. So it's actually 200%, 300%. Right. So you were able to shield the value of your money by converting it into a coin. Make sense? Right? So if you that's the impact of the inflation to Bitcoin. So whenever you hear okay, there is a deflationary impact of Bitcoin to the value of your peso or dollar, that's what I mean. That's what it meant. Okay? And that is the reason why if you go to mutual funds right now, go to Sun Life, Pru Life or other investment mutual fund companies, they will only give you a 4% minimum non-guarantee simulation. Even for UITFs like the banks, UITFs are actually bank instruments. No, mutual funds are governed by SEC, and then UITFs are governed by Banco Central, and then VULs are governed by the Insurance Commission. No, even if it's UITF, it will not give you more than 10% unless otherwise it's a scam. No, no other mutual funds right now could give you a guarantee of 10%. That's going to be a scam or maybe 20% unless otherwise there's something that they really have invented or I'm not sure, right? Okay, so that's the impact of the release of any budget, no, or reprinting of many dollars or pesos. All right, okay, let's look for other news. No, and I'm actually programming myself to be on overtime today at least 10 more minutes, no, para pambawi ko sa inyo because wala ako kanina 5 o'clock. All right, let's go with the other news. Let's go down. Cathy Wood, yeah, no. Cathy Wood on why central banks will add Bitcoin to their balance. That's really, really good. And then I also saw a news here. Um, the first Bitcoin sponsored racing car to debut in Indy 500. I'm actually looking for one more news. No, hang on a second. Anyways, okay, let's move on. Let's move on. We've read this news already. We've read this news. Okay, we're good here. This one. Okay. You guys have already heard about the news of potential Apple entering the cryptocurrency. That's going to be a very good positive news. There you go. Another billionaire here is actually talking about a Bitcoin, a bit bullish on a coin, but saying that won't long or short on Dodge. No, skeptical on Ethereum. All right, another one. This is a great news. No, Bank of America, Citigroup, and Wells Fargo unveil their cryptocurrency policies. This is what I'm trying to say. This is the news I was looking for earlier. No, the bank is going to unveil their cryptocurrency policies. These are the biggest banks in the states, right? So if they're going to unveil their policies, obviously there's going to be a government, regulating the policies and what have you. But this is a prelude. This is actually the advent, so to speak, of the big banks who are very traditional now going to accept cryptocurrency. And I'm sure people from the bank, the big wig banks in Asia will also follow suit. Probably will mirror the policies of these banks. For them to be for them to stay relevant. Okay? And another news for Ripple. They plan to go public after SEC law. So this is really good, guys. This is really good for Ripple, right? I think it's about time, no? Talagang challenge nila si SEC. We'll see, no? Yeah, JP Morgan boss Jamie Dimon personally advises people to stay away. This is crazy, right? I mean, my own perspective, right? You see all of the banks are creating already a cryptocurrency policy, and you will be saying this, right? You guys got to remember, don't believe everything you see in the news. This could probably be a way for you to feel that okay, there's going to be these people advising not to go with stay away, and then people will draw their money, and then when people is on a fud, that's going to be the time they will enter, right? A whale will come in and then just all of a sudden buy, right? Buy Bitcoin, right? This one is another great news. Bank of actually opened that news already for you. No, let me just try to open that right now. All right. Yan, sa Bank of America, Citigroup, Wells Fargo unveiled their cryptocurrency policies. Really, really interesting. Really interesting, no? They've shared their policies regarding cryptocurrency before the US Senate Banking Committee. As I've said, the government will put their hands, no? I'm not sure if you're familiar with the word last um French word, no? But it's called laissez-faire, no? Or laissez-faire, no? In French. Government should not meddle, but in this case, obviously they need to put regulations, right? Um, they also lag behind with some of their peers such as Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs in offering access to investments because nauna na si Goldman Sachs, di ba? As I told you guys, so they are now putting their own cryptocurrency policies for them to stay relevant, right? So Bank of America is evaluating crypto opportunities, right? And then Citigroup taking measured approach for cryptocurrency, right? And then Wells Fargo closely watching crypto space, right? These are going to be, and it's interesting. JP Morgan boss says not to, let's see. These are really the big banks in a global space, no? And then obviously let's see. But this is a very welcome development because a year ago, no one from these people are talking about cryptocurrency, right? This is all a good sign of people adopting because obviously, they need to come in because there's a trillion dollars of you know um trading, right? Or people sharing, uh, coins being shared on multiple hands, right? And as I've said, Ripple plans to go to public after SEC lawsuit over XRP is resolved, right? So this is gonna be something that people will just watch and observe, right? Watch and observe and see because if they do this, I would say I would forecast that XRP is probably gonna be 3x from where it's priced today. It's easy for XRP to be at $2.4, right? So people are gonna be watching here in terms of hodling this coin, not on futures but on their spot wallet, right? And if I'm sure Garlinghouse is their law firm, no? All right. So until this issue is resolved, there's going to be an opportunity for them to go on IPO, right? And then this is also big, no? Let me discuss to you some stock market 101. Okay, stock market 101. All right. So when you say SPAC or SPAC, it's a backdoor deal. It's a backdoor listing. No, there's a lot of SPACs that's happened over the past couple of months in the US that did not go the official IPO. You know why? Because doing an IPO means a lot of paperwork, due diligence, etc., and people just wants to go SPAC. What SPAC means is they're going to look for a penny stock that's already listed. Okay, so for example, let's look for a Philippine setting. Who do I remember? Dito. Dito Telecom did a SPAC and did a backdoor listing care of the old telecommunication company called guys, remind me, my mind is flying right now. What is the old um letter X something that used to be Dito? Someone remind me in the chat room. No, they went on the backdoor listing. They went on a SPAC and they officially became, they renamed it, right, and they became Dito, right? That's Dito Telecoms. So this is a very good news because if this particular cryptocurrency finance called Circle, right? ISM. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joel. That's correct. It's an ISM. Yan. All right. Hey, well, thank you for joining. All right. So they used to be ISM and then they became Dito, right? So ISM is a listed company. Another, I believe there's a lot more na nangyari, no? Na they did a backdoor listing. I think PHA, if I'm not mistaken, I can't recall anymore. But there's a lot of backdoor, and that's the fastest. No, you don't do an official IPO or registration to SEC because it's very regulatory. It's very madugo, so to speak. No, so you'll do a backdoor. That's what you mean by SPAC, SPAC, right? And if this happens, sabi dito, the Boston-based cryptocurrency finance firm Circle has announced the company has raised almost $500 million in financing in order to drive market expansion and growth, right? The investment was led by prominent finance firms, Digital Currency Group, Fidelity Management, and a research company. Fidelity Management is really, really big. When I was in the States, I've always seen their advertisements. So it's very, very interesting. There's going to be some backdoor listing. It's going to be happening, right? Especially for this company called Circle. This is very, very important. Just go through this. I'll not rehash all the details, but guys, all of these things are important news because they will tell you that Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is becoming more relevant and important, okay, into the daily grind of the brick and mortar, the brick and mortar banks, the big banks, right? Okay, and then we all spoke about the mainnet launch of Alonzo for ADA, right? Obviously, the next one that we're all looking at from a calendar perspective. This is the latest one. No, they have the launch POS mainnet. Alonzo testnet was actually is actually going to be launched on May 31st. Really, all hands on this and all eyes on this. No, a lot of eyeballs looking into this right now. So I could tell you, let's see. No, if you see, I'll tell you where to look for in ADA later on. I'll teach you how to look at ADA's chart later on. Okay. All right. So the power of Fibonacci. Okay. I'd like to walk you through for an extra lesson today. Power of Fibonacci. And if you watch this video, I keep on telling many, 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 many times in this video the power of 0.618, which is the golden ratio. Okay, golden ratio. Fibonacci said that the order in the nature is actually arranged in such a way that there is what you call a golden ratio. Diniscuss ko yan, paano na-arrive yung 1.618. Okay, puntahan niyo yung video ko. Okay, now the power of Fibonacci here is this. Okay, and I like that no one is chatting, everyone is listening. Very good, good job yan. All right, okay. The power of 0.618 in in charting. Okay? So I said in my video, you need to find let me remove the volume so at least you guys could see. Yeah. All right. As I've said, you need to find the pinakailalim, no? And at least going upwards here, that's when you do your Fibonacci retracement. So I did that. I found the very bottom, which is 1.04. And look at the very top, which is 1.83. Okay? At this level, right? And look at what happened. This this coin bounced at the 0.618 support line, right? It bounced. And then when it bounced, it actually went even higher, right? So imagine you don't have this yet. You don't have any of this, but you only have this straight upward trend. Okay? If you are a spot holder, and you're a swing trader, okay, you will need to put an abang order, okay, in the dollar below the 0.618 line. Okay, that's a potential order for you. But of course, you also put RSI 30, Bollinger Bands, blah 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 blah. No, so but that's the power of 618. All right, that's the power of 618. And then when it further went higher, right? Okay, when further went higher, right? So where do you need to enter? Obviously, if ADA breaks out, of course you need to enter. It should break its old resistance of 1.85. Of 1.85. Okay? Now the same thing for Ethereum, it did bounce right on the 0.618. The only time it bounced, right? And you got to remember the rule of Fibonacci is if it actually destroys, right? If it destroys the 0.618 and if never went up anymore, it would further go down. Okay, it would further go down. It destroys the 0.618. Okay? The same thing that's true, for Ethereum. Okay? The same thing, however, this is what I was trying to say earlier, no? Medyo may pagka disorganic itong si Dogecoin, eh, no? All right. Okay, let's do XRP right now, okay? I did XRP, right? This is XRP's Fibonacci retracement, okay? And of course this is the highest, no. That's why I put the Fibonacci here. Look at where it bounced. 0.618, right? 0.618. Do you see that? It bounced here, right? And then it was actually trying to test the point 0.5. It was trying to test the point 0.5. Look at that, right? At nabasag nila on the third attempt, si point 0.5. Sinalo ni 0.618. So guys, you gotta ask yourself, bakit doon nagbabounce? Why is the price bouncing on those significant retracement lines? Because that's the power of Fibonacci. Okay? That's the power of Fibonacci. That's going to give you some level of prediction that if you enter, okay, if you do Halmachi within this, let me tell you. Okay, let me tell you. If you do Halmachi within this particular box, okay, right? If you are within the point 0.5, nasa taas ka pa niyan, if your liquidation line is lower than 0.5, then you're probably safe. If it's not yet tested. If it's the first bounce, you're probably safe. Second bounce, you're safe. Third bounce, you don't play this anymore. You don't play this game because this could, once it tries to penetrate the support, it could probably penetrate to go lower. Right? That's the power of Fibonacci, guys. Okay? You guys understand? So for example, this one, look at Dodge, no? This is what I was trying to say. Medyo different ang behavior ni Dodge, no? I was actually trying to look at it earlier. It penetrated the 0.618 line, but it actually went up again. And now it's bouncing on this line, no? So, unlike for the other coins, it actually bounced from the 0.618. Make sense? So this is quite interesting, guys. This is quite interesting because I'm seeing a pattern. Whenever there is a bounce, they're all bouncing on the strongest support, which is 0.618. Okay, now, from a downward perspective, let's try to do this. Okay, downward, coach. How do you do the downwards, no? Okay, so let's do the downwards, right? So we find the this one, okay? Let's find this, all right? Imagine this is the downward trend. This is the upward trend, sorry. Upward trend to this one. And then you have the initial downward trend, which is this. This is the initial downward trend, okay? Downward, and then you have another downward trend here. And you have from here to here, it's going to be a downward trend, no? All right, so let's look into this, no? Let's try to maximize. This is actually a 30-minute half. Let's look into the smaller fibs, okay? Let's look at the smaller fibs with this one, okay? All right. Okay, so let's do this, no? Going downwards, okay? Going downwards. So let's do this. From here, you type the sorry. Okay. This one. From here, you type this one up until this here, pinakailalim. Okay? All right. And what did I say? What did I say to you guys? All right. First, it actually tried to test the 0.382. All right? Bumagsak ulit, right? And then this one bumagsak sa in this particular pababa to ha, trend, no? This particular long upward trend, this was testing 0.618. Okay? Nung binasag niya na yung 0.618, tumuloy-tuloy na siya pataas. You see what I'm trying to say? Right? So 0.618 is always your last support and last resistance. If it breaks your 0.618, then that's probably going to go even higher. Does that make sense, everyone? Okay, kung binasag niya yung 0.618 resistance and support, pag binasag niya yung 0.618 support, it would probably even go down. If it breaks the 0.618 resistance on an upward trend, it would further go up. Okay? Guys, can you type 1 if you understand? Baka naliligaw na, nalilito na kayo. I just want to make sure I'm talking to you guys and you're understanding it. Okay? Can I see some 1 there? Okay, good. Thank you, Perusal Verse. Richard, thank you. Hersham, thank you. Era, thank you. Okay, all right. People are understanding it. Good. Very, very silent kayo eh, no? Hindi ko alam kung ini-snub nyo ako, naglalaba kayo, o baka naman siguro nakikinig talaga. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, good, good, good. Thank you, thank you. Naunawaan nyo ako. Okay, so that's the power of the Fibonacci. Okay, let's try it again. Let's try this again one more time. Okay, and panoorin nyo yung aking video, makikita nyo bakit important ang 0.618 ha. Okay, let's try this one. This one is the top going to this bottom. This is the first lowest, no? Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. All right. Look at this. Hindi niya na kayang basagin yung 382. Diba? Hindi na siya tumaas. Did not even hit the 0.5. Right? Did not even hit the 0.618. So what happened? Tatlong beses niyang sinubukang basagin. Guys, you're noticing I'm not inventing this. You're noticing na they're actually correcting on a common area. Diba? Bakit nagko-correct sa 0.3 sa 0.382? Meron bang imaginary resistance yan? Diba? Bakit sila nauntog dyan? What is that? That's the point. That's the first level of resistance. Pag ibinasag yan, akit sa 0.5. Pag binasag, akit sa 0.618. Tatlong beses niyang binasag si 0.382, hindi siya nanalo, bumagsak na siya. Right? Guys, that's the power of Fibonacci, and I hope you guys understood that. Okay? Medyo, kay Dodge, medyo iba tong Dodge na to. No? I was trying to understand kasi halos binasag yan pero sumalo pa Sumalo pa no? Dapat pababa na to No? We'll see, no? Kasi again, medyo the volume does not make any sense Either there are people who are playing this because there's no volume, very small people lang to, or isang malaking whale tapos the rest are retailers. No? Biglang or merong major catalyst dyan. Kasi siya lang yung naiba Ethereum XRP untog sa 0.618. Right? Si Ethereum na untog sa 0.618. Right? Itong si ADA na untog sa 0.618 din. Diba? So, I hope you're probably pabasag na ng 0.618. Wag ka Okay, am I back, guys? Can you tell me if I could hear me now? I should be back. Wala man akong connection problem. Hindi ko alam. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Ayan. Okay. Let me see. Sound check. Type 1 if you could hear me now. Ang ganda pa naman ng discussion natin, no? Ang ganda pa ng discussion natin na wala. Ay, nako. Ay, dito Telecom. Okay na. Kahapon meron pa akong live patch, hindi naman tayo nag-lag, no? Parang siguro dahil kay dumaan na something, no? May dumaan kasi. Anyways, sige. Tuloy na natin. So, okay na daw, no? Let's continue. By the way, thank you sa nag-live super chat kanina na nawala tayo. Thank you. Let me try to read your name. Christopher. Hey, Christopher, maraming salamat. Nanalo ka ba? Tuloy na natin to. Hindi ako kakanta, Paul. Huwag mo akong pakantahin. Hindi ako kakanta. Alright, sige na. Tuloy na natin to. Okay. Alright, parang kumonti yung nanonood na naging 165. Sige, balik na lang siguro sila muna. Alright. So, yun yung power ng ano, yun yung power ng kasi ang ganda pa naman ng topic natin, ayoko napuputol, eh, 'no? Okey, putol-putol ba ulit? Okey na ba ulit or ano na? Before I start para hindi masayang oras natin. Can you guys comment one again kung okey na tayo ulit or baka sa connection lang nung iba? Pa-ano na lang, pa-restart na lang ng ano, pa-restart na lang ng inyong connection muna. Kasi nag-restart ako ng YouTube, eh. Nag-restart ako ng YouTube. Okey, okey na daw. Yung iba negative, yung iba okey. Ano ba nangyayari? Baka kasi sa iba nga umuulan. Okey na daw, eh. O sige, tuloy na natin. Okey. So teka lang. Ah, okey. So teka lang. Ah, sige. I would not talk muna 'no, nagba-buffer yata 'no, intermittent. Sige. Ah, Ayan na, okey na yata. Okay guys, this does not work in the next 5 minutes, we'll just reschedule the Fibonacci conversation tomorrow. Okay? Let's just schedule kasi maganda 'tong topic na 'to, eh, 'no? This is a really, really good topic, 'no? I'm trying also to log in as a user in naman. Okay naman yung phone ko, narinig ko naman yung sarili ko, 'no? So if we don't have a stable connection in the next 5 minutes, then we will just reschedule this tomorrow. Fibonacci, right? So sayang naman yung information kung hindi nyo makukuha. Okay? Sige, sige let's just siguro wait for 1 or 2 more minutes, okay? 1 or 2 more minutes. If not, then we could just reschedule this tomorrow. Sige. Okay, guys, I will just reschedule this session, no? Pasensya na kayo, there's really intermittent session that's actually happening, no? It's not my intention. Sa akin sobrang bilis ng connection ko. Nag-speed test na ako. I really have very fast connection, but it looks like everywhere in the Philippines right now because umuulan, medyo naglalag yata yung pati mobile ko actually naka 5G ako. I'm on a platinum globe, but my connection is only LTE. Okay? My connection is only LTE. I think it is the mobile na may problema. If you're actually on your mobile phone, no? Ayun ang may problema. Because my mobile phone as well, I'm on a 5G Globe Platinum. I'm also disconnecting. I'm only getting an LTE. Okay? So, yun na nagstay sa ating session. Sayang naman, no? But hoping that everything is getting better. Ayan, mabilis daw ang connection sa Singapore, eh. No? But on other areas talaga sa Philippines, kahit ang mobile connection ang pangit, even my connection, no? Even my yung mga nasa abroad ba malilinaw ba yung narinig niyo ako ng maayos? Baka sa mobile connection 'yan guys kung naka-phone kayo. Can you guys comment kung nasa abroad kayo? Can you hear me well? Sige nga, please. Sino sa Singapore diyan? Napuputol din sa Japan. Okay, sige. Okay. Mahina din sa Japan. Okay, thank you, Audie, ha. Okay. Okay na daw sa UAE. Okay. Anyway, session. So, maputol-putol yung connection natin. Everything that are in my discussion is in this video. Please, please watch this video na I'm showing in my screen right now. Everything is here. Okay? Everything is here that I'm discussing. In fact, it's even more comprehensive because I prepared a very comprehensive slide, no? That will give you the history of Fibonacci. Okay? All right. So guys, I'm sorry if napuputol tayo. I love all of you guys and mag-reschedule na lang tayo tomorrow. I'm sorry ang pangit ng connection ng Philippines Mobile. Okay? All right? Okay guys, thank you so much and we will